Welcome back, everybody. Last session, our heroes faced the demon Pazuzu, who had initially possessed a poor, wretched soul from the streets of Whitechapel in London. The wily demon was ousted from the body he inhabited and entered into one of our newest team members, Bombshell, as several of the nuns working at St. Michael's Asylum revealed their true identities as agents of the Red Skull, a group of female assassin spies called the Sisters of Sin. In a battle to wrest the demon from their teammate and take down the vicious nuns, Pazuzu was released from Bombshell's body, making a deal with Mr. Arcane in exchange for his freedom. Pazuzu revealed the location of the Amulet of Pazuzu, the Catacombs de Paris, a burial ground beneath the streets of Paris with ties to the Knights Templar. The search for the Amulet of Pazuzu now continues as the heroes journey to Paris to meet with the members of the French Resistance and British agent Captain Peggy Carter. Happy Sam Sawyer has booked the heroes' passage to Paris from London, and the party arrives and sets up shop at the Hotel Le Relais Saint-Germain, which lies only a few blocks walking distance from both Notre Dame and the Catacombs de Paris. So, you guys have now reached Paris. You've set up shop at the hotel, and Happy is there with you. And he kind of calls the group to meet in the lobby to kind of give you a little bit of information about what's to come. And he addresses the crowd. All right, gents, ladies, we're here in Gay Paris to meet with Captain Peggy Carter. Peggy here has been ensconced in the French Resistance for a couple of months at this point, so she knows the area pretty well. She would like to meet with us at a little cafe just down the street. And I believe she's got a few members of her party there with us to kind of discuss plans on searching the Catacombs de Paris. It's my understanding that there's a few of them that know those tunnels actually pretty well, so it's fortunate that she's here, so perhaps we might be able to find a guide to get you all down there. I'll give you all about an hour or so before we head out, so if there's anything that y'all want to take care of in the meantime, the next hour is yours, and we'll just meet at the cafe down at the end of the street down there on the corner. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
So Mr. Arcane turns to the rest of you and says, I don't suppose any of you have ever been there? Here?
Oh, no, sir.
No.
I'm sorry. I have been there. I am acquainted with some of the secret tunnels beneath Paris. Now, perhaps not the specific ones that we are going to, but I know enough to know that these places are secret and they are large, and there are potential for any number of people to be under there, from homeless people to, I don't know, secret spy nuns. So what I'm saying is, I think when we actually go beneath the city, if there's something that we need to bring along forearmed is forewarned or something like that. Forewarned is forearmed.
Sure.
I know that I am going to make the effort to bring my sword.
I see.
Should we have need.
Okay.
There's not enough space for tanks, but there's enough space for soldiers to march side by side, armor clinking.
Is there enough room for human tanks?
I hope so.
Yes, I'm certain you can do that.
Okay. Well, if we're going down there, I guess I'll get into my working clothes.
Flux is going to make extra sure that she's in uniform. Like Peggy's her commanding officer, so.
Oh,
You know, I'm not so certain that the boys who drew up my outfit were thinking about going through catacombs. Oh well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I got a feeling they weren't thinking about much. No offense there.
Hmm?
no, I mean, I think I have a pretty good idea. I mean, no offense.
I'm certain we could scare up a pair of leggings for you if you're feeling a little exposed to go underneath.
Oh no, I don't mind it.
Okay.
Don't do it on my accounts because
I've worn less than that on stage.
I
It's
like
just,
everything that's going on here.
It's just, I don't know. The heels, a little bit, touchy on rough terrain. I don't think the boys have worn heels before. They probably didn't think of that.
I just have to. I have to say, Batwing is out of character. Is that your? I'm thinking Batwing for some reason.
Darkwing.
Darkwing.
Darkwing. Sorry.
Let's get dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I am shocked to learn that you've spent time in catacombs. And she gives you this smile, like she's completely messing with you.
Well, he turns it into a dirty double entendre about all the things that he has been into.
Oh no. Oh no.
Right. He is not shy.
Something cave, something spelunking, something.
Right.
Most of which is,
Yes.
as usual, completely over Shelley's head. Poor dear.
So you're going to get into your working outfit now. Are we meeting her in a cafe?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is your working
Oh.
outfit going to draw unwanted attention? I tend to if I pull my hood back and pocket my gloves, I can hide everything under a coat.
Oh, I guess that's true. If we're gonna meet her somewhere first, I guess that's a good point. Okay, I'll wait.
This is occupied France. Should we? I'm normally wearing a military uniform. I'm wondering if that is the best idea.
Well, I mean, you might have a point there, but surely you would probably have some regular clothes that you would have packed with you. So, yeah. That
Maybe he would,
certainly
but
be
don't
up
call
to
him
you.
Shirley.
Oh, and here we go.
Hey,
We're already
Can I
off.
ask?
Yeah.
You brought up this good point, and I am not a history guy. What's happening? Do the Nazis run Paris right now?
Yeah, it's before D-Day.
Oh,
France is
no.
occupied.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and
Okay,
that's why the
so-
French resistance is there, why Peggy is there, because she's helping them fight off the Nazis that are there in Paris.
Right. Happy
okay,
is not
that's a
in
good
his full uniform and all that.
Okay,
No,
well-
Hap actually is. I think he's ballsy enough to just walk around and strut it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Flux's uniform looks like she's about ready to serve a pint to soldiers in a pub. So,
Okay, so if Happy is walking around in the kill me right now outfit of the American military, then we shouldn't have a problem if we decided to strut around in our full costumes.
Yeah, and
well, I mean-
there was no directive as far as how to dress while you were here, and knowing what you guys are capable of. I think Hap was probably is willing to leave it up to you as far as what you feel like is the best choice.
Guys, don't
If I
tell
rec-
me, hey,
if I
I got an
recall-
idea. find some krauts, bonk them on the head, take their uniforms.
Oh no.
If I recall correctly, at least in terms of out in the open civilian spaces, war was a lot more civilized in the 40s than nowadays.
Not when Nazis were involved, no.
No, I'm just talking like in the open city, there's less. They
If
weren't
you're wandering
bonking
around
everybody
in a
unless
US
they knew
Army
they could get away with
uniform,
it.
You're going to
Okay.
attract attention.
I'll take
Well,
your word
look
on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look to the soldiers here for some clarification. Maybe subtlety is probably the better choice.
Besides, any excuse to bonk a crowd on the head, you know?
How subtle are our surroundings as we're looking around?
I mean, it is war-torn France, so there is likely a curfew that is out. It's probably around 6 p.m. or so, Paris time. But so there are still people about. But the streets are not as bustling as one would expect outside of wartime. People are walking around, looking over their shoulder, looking up to the skies, from time to time. If a plane goes by, that certainly draws everyone's attention because who knows what that plane might be carrying and what terrors potentially it might bring. So there's a definite nervousness that's in the air.
All right.
Darkwing is going to have his entire costume on. I think I'm going to pull the mask.
Actually,
onto my
it
face.
just occurred to me. If I could just get this stupid character sheet out of my way. Can't Mr. Arcane? Can't you magic up some disguises?
Lux look over to Mr. Arcane and goes, "I'm covered, thanks."
I could try a little glamour, perhaps. Yes, that's not my forte, but yes, I could.
And there's
I could,
nothing you can do that's going to make this mug glamorous. Trust me.
Well, it's a term of art, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't really do art none either.
Okay. Well. Anyway, so I mean, yeah, Chris, I guess I could try and magically conceal us, if you think that kind of falls under some
Just
kind of
make us
generic.
look like ordinary French people wandering around.
If you think that applies.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's my guy? So I think we said.
I will hang back and see what Mr. Arcane sees as generic French, etc., and try to match to the best of my ability.
He looks around,
We all have
He looks
berets. We're carrying baguettes.
Yeah.
I already have a beret. Thank you very
Some
much.
cheese of some kind.
Yep.
But anyway, so I'll try a little glamour. Well, I mean, that's a green.
Yeah,
Which
and
I suppose would, in game wise, would be maybe illusion casting.
yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that would give you, at least enough cover to be able to blend in. Maybe you don't get quite everything, exactly perfectly right, and if somebody was really close to you, they might notice some inconsistencies or find something, maybe the buttons are on the wrong way or something like
Backwards
that.
or
Yeah.
something.
But other than that, I mean, I think it certainly should be passable, yeah.
All right, cool.
I will shift into the local dress, except I'm going to make myself male.
Okay.
Because women running around with men, all that stuff is probably would get a side eye.
Yeah,
I'm more than happy to let Bombshell be the female of the group.
Your outfit, if I remember correct, that actually shifts along with you, right?
I can costume myself as well as change my body.
Okay.
Hopefully this will suffice.
Do I need to make Do I need to make a roll on my power for
No.
accuracy, or okay?
No, you should be fine. That's an easy one.
Oh, there it is. Grammary.
All right. So, everybody's kind of suited up at this point. Are you guys ready to head to the cafe?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I
So, the cafe down on the corner is a quaint little shop owned by a nice, lovely little couple that man the counter as you all come in. They were, I think, maybe not expecting just regular patrons as you are now. And they walk up. The wife comes up to you and she speaks in French because you all look very French now. She says bonjour. And she continues in French. I do not speak French, so I'm going to say in English. How may I help you?
So Mr. Arcane looks around. Hopefully,
And
someone
nobody speaks
speaks
French, right?
I'm fairly certain my character speaks French. I thought you were looking around to see if you saw our friends. My bad.
no,
So,
he's like,
noticing the lull in conversation,
Shelley
Darkwing
looks panicked.
steps forward and he says, Mademoiselle, we are looking for our friends. We are looking for. I don't. We weren't given any code names.
No code names. Yeah, but you can at least describe Captain Carter or Captain shit. No, it's Sam. Sam Sawyer.
Sam Sawyer. We've
Yeah.
met him.
Happy Sam. Yeah, he's your contact that brought you there.
Oh yeah. So I described.
We're looking for Captain Carter, I believe.
You are, but Sam was meeting you there as well.
As they were looking for a rough-looking gentleman, and I give some details, perhaps in the company of a beautiful woman.
Oh, oui.
We are looking for the Captain Carter avec moi.
oh god,
and she says,
They don't-
What
we-
very subtly does this?
he's gonna make it happen.
if you will follow me, and she converts to English at this point because now she realizes kind of who you are. If you will follow me, they are in the basement. I will take you downstairs. So she takes you to the back of the cafe, opens a big oak wooden door, and then you guys walk down kind of a stone spiral staircase that takes you down into the basement. And if anyone has seen Inglorious Bastards, that's the cafe you guys are in right now. So you walk down the steps, and there's a bar downstairs manned by a Frenchman back behind. And you can see that there's several tables, round tables there in the room with a few folks sitting at one of the tables. When you guys come in, they rise to meet you. And you see Happy Sam Sawyer, of course, and along with him, those of you that are familiar with her, Captain Peggy Carter. She is a very attractive woman in her early 30s, maybe late 20s at this point. And I'll bring up a little picture here for you. And she is dressed just as you see her, in kind of a nice, tight-fitting blue suit with a deep V white button-down shirt and white gloves with a red hat. Along with her, there are two other gentlemen. You see this fellow, who's in a brown beret, brown suit, green turtleneck, and a very well coiffed mustache. And next to him is a shorter gentleman. Where did he go? Where did he go? There he is. And he looks like an odd little dude. He's got a little pipe and is wearing kind of a fur-lined jacket and kind of short pants that come down to boots, and wears almost something that looks kind of almost like a pith helmet from like Australia. And he's got a big bushy mustache, but the dude stands. If you had to compare him to somebody in pop culture, he kind of looks like Danny DeVito.
Okay, short little guy. All right.
And Peggy welcomes you all. Gentlemen, ladies, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. Those of you that I'm meeting for the first time, ladies, it's good to see you again. Please.
Once the person who walked us down leaves, I will resume true form and salute Miss Carter.
Okay.
And I'll drop the glamour once.
Also
we're
saluting,
alone.
snapping to and saluting her, and happy.
Please have a seat. Join us. Happy to bring some drinks over to the table. Just tell the bartender what you like, and it's on us for tonight. So I understand that as a part of your mission, you are here to explore the Catacombs de Paris. Is that correct?
It would seem.
Yeah. You mean the tunnels under the city?
Yes, that's correct. It just so happens I and my companions here, and pardon me, I forgot to introduce them. To my left here, and she motions to the taller of the two figures, this is Jacques Dernier, and his companion here is Napoleon Sack. And Napoleon says, "My friends call me Knapsack."
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
We'll give an audible chuckle.
My name's Hank. Some people call me Mr. Arcane. You can call me Hank if you'd like.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Shelly. Or Bombshell. Whichever.
Why, yes, you are.
She just gives him a little smile, hams it up just a wee bit.
My name's Maeve.
You can
Or
call
Flux
me
if you
Jake,
prefer.
or if I'm in my working clothes, the human tank.
Hello, Maeve. Human Tank. Good to have you. And this must be Darkwing, yes?
Yes.
I've heard quite a bit about you. You have quite a reputation around you.
I'm hoping to grow that reputation. It's a sad state of affairs, but as the war goes on, I may have no choice.
Well, down to business, I suppose. It's fortunate that you find me here. I've been working with the underground resistance here in France for the past couple of months, fighting off the forces of the Nazis. With the gentleman here at my side, we have actually taken up a bit of a residence in the Catacombs de Paris, and have set up a small base of operations for the resistance under the streets of Paris. So we do know some of the tunnels fairly well, but Jacques here actually is much more acquainted with them himself. We would be happy to lead you down into the tunnels and bring you to our secret hideaway that we have ferreted away down there, if you all would wish to join us. Napoleon, I believe, you had someone within your family that is somehow connected to the tunnels. Is that correct? And I'm sorry, it wasn't Napoleon. Jacques is the one that has the contacts. And Jacques kind of chimes in. Oui, yes, I do. My grandfather was rumored to have been a secret Templar knight who carried on this act after its official disbandment in the 14th century. Now, my grandfather he has detailed maps of the catacombs, which I keep in the underground base, just for safekeeping in case we need someplace to hide or to escape, should need be. So tell me a little bit about what your needs are, and perhaps I might be able to come up with some ideas in order to assist you a little bit better.
Well, we're seeking something that supposedly was buried there.
You're looking for a treasure?
Well, I don't know if I'd call it a treasure. It's an artifact for certain. But to call it a treasure feels a little wrong.
It's certainly treasured by those who would misuse it.
Well,
That's fair.
That's what we're trying to do, prevent that.
Let's say a misplaced antiquity.
Oh, that's probably better. But supposedly it's, we have a general idea that it's beneath the steps of Notre Dame.
Ah, I see. Well, then we know in which direction we need to go, then. I know those tunnels fairly well. I tell you what are you at liberty to say what the particular item is?
I turn and look at the general.
He gives a nod.
It's described both as an amulet and a statue. I suppose it would be something like a large medallion, presumably in the shape of whatever shape a demon has. I mean, we've certainly seen him. Some sort of figure.
I understand.
Can I jump out of character right quick?
Oh, sure.
The doctor did Mr. Arcane.
Yes.
Did the research on this, didn't you? I thought there was like a book or something that we'd flip through.
I don't think we had a book specifically about this. I did find a couple of books, but nothing specifically about. I mean, yes, we do know some things about it, but it just has described it as the Amulet of Pazuzu, which a couple of times, has been called an amulet. A couple of times it's been called a statue. I don't know that we have a great physical description, so that's why he's kind of being a little, iffy about it.
That's what I was asking. I thought it was something that we had already pieced together, that it was an actual.
Unless I'm wrong, Chris. I don't.
No,
I know that
not
we know
exactly, but there was the Shadow King had sketched it for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But
all right. Well, in that case, he would say that, and he would show the image. I forgot that there was a sketch.
Well, you don't have it physically with you. He carved it into the table. So unless you did a rubbing of it,
I gotta say that having seen it, Darkwing would have reproduced it prior to the meeting. It just seems like we all need to be able to refresh our memories and look for the thing.
Okay.
I don't know that notebooks were a thing. And I'm sorry, terrible.
Well, no, I mean, Mr. Arcane would have books and notebooks and notepads. I just I forgot that he kind of scrawled it into the table. Now that you say it, Chris, I remember, because he kind of had like a vision, and as he was chattering, now that you mention it, he was kind of like carving it into the thing. So that refreshes my memory. So if that were the case, yes, he would have a rubbing or something of it, and he would say that to was that Jacques that was talking?
Jacques there,
yeah. So he would produce his thanks, Matt, for that. Sorry.
Okay.
So he produced some notes, and he'd be like, well, according to this, it's about this big. this is what, if this chain is, the length of that you would wear around your neck, it's probably so big. Here's an image that we made of of a carving, of a vision, of of the item, of the artifact. So
A carving of a vision. Oh, well, you certainly have seen some interesting things in your travels.
that is true.
This may be the first piece of artwork I have held in my hands that comes from a psychic vision. I feel very honored in which to have it here in my hands. Now, I will say I do not recognize these as anything that my grandfather would have drawn, but that is not to say I maybe have come across it and just do not recall. I suppose the best thing to do would be to return to the tunnels, dig up all of my grandfather's maps and scrawlings, and you will not believe it, he has so much. And much of it I do not make any sense of. It makes no sense to me, but perhaps to someone of either your stature or perhaps the dark man here, then perhaps you might be able to decipher something I am unable to. But at least we know somewhere between Notre Dame that will put us in the right direction. But I advise you come and we will enter into the gate of hell.
Well, that sounds so awesome.
I don't wanna.
Madame, I am so sorry. It is merely a turn of phrase. It is simply what we call the entrance into the tunnels. We are not actually going to hell. I did not mean to imply that to you.
Oh,
Well,
good.
I mean, we don't know.
Well, after what I did to those nuns, I'm probably going to hell. So,
Well, also dealing with demons.
She just kind of shudders.
And with that, you guys maybe share a couple of drinks, share a couple of stories with the French Resistance and Peggy.
I would make a point of mentioning the Sisters of Sin to Peggy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My character
yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Because that intel to her can reach a lot of places.
Sure. And she'll probably pull you off on a sidebar to kind of get more information, as much as she can get from you on them, because if there is a connection to the Red Skull, as they so claimed, that is certainly something that she is gathering as much intel on as possible.
Absolutely. I share everything I know.
Mm-hmm. Before you guys take off, Happy stops you and lets you know, listen, here's the deal. I think I've maybe discussed this with you, but we seem to be getting a little bit closer to potentially getting one of these items in our pretty little hands. So I do have with me something that I carry along with, a case that was designed by a fellow back home by the name of Howard Stark.
Okay.
Once you do retrieve one of these items, I can place these items within, and Stark tells me, and I have to believe him because he's dealt with shit like this before, that whatever it is that we place inside there will be undetectable and will be safe while it is within that case. So if you do happen to come across something, bring it back. We'll get it in the case. I'll make sure it's spirited away in a nice, safe place until we get the next piece.
Oh, well, I didn't realize you had another arcane specialist. That's excellent. Perhaps I could meet with him.
He ain't exactly arcane, but he's sure good with technology.
Oh, one of those.
Would Captain Carter have mentioned Stark to me at some point? Like
Maybe in
would I-
passing.
In passing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've probably heard the name before, but maybe don't know too much about him particularly.
I'm just trying to determine if I would know from that name not to mix with magic.
I feel like Bombshell probably has a Howard Stark shaped print on her bottom.
Yeah, probably.
You
so.
wish.
If they were anywhere in the same zip code, anyway.
Well, the French Resistance and Peggy pay the tab, and then they make their way out of the cafe and onto the streets of Paris. You guys will be heading actually towards Notre Dame, but then you'll take a little bit of a side jaunt north of Notre Dame to get to what is called the Gate of Hell, leading down into the catacombs. This gate is pretty nondescript, and it really kind of almost looks more like a entrance for maintenance to be able to access like sewer tunnels and such like that. And they have disguised it that way so that basically any Nazis that would be in the area would just pass by without a second thought. So they've done a pretty good job at disguising this. They walk down a set of steps to get to the gate, and there's like foliage and stuff that kind of drapes down over top of it, and they kind of park through the foliage. Jacques produces a key, unlatches it, and you guys begin the descent down into the catacombs. And the trek underground is rather long and winding. The walls of the catacombs are really quite a wonder to behold. The catacombs underground are ossuaries containing the visible remains of more than 6 million people. Skulls and bones are intricately placed in aesthetic formations along the walls of catacombs, giving an unearthly and eerie feeling as you pass through the hallways. And Jacques is telling you a little bit of the story of the catacombs as you guys are traveling through. And he says,
I'm definitely crossing myself here.
yeah. The catacombs were built from the ancient stone mines in an effort to remedy the problem of the city's overflowing cemeteries towards the end of the 18th century. And the eeriness of the catacombs leading up to the chamber that houses the French Resistance really begins to kind of weigh on you guys the further in you get. The tunnels are lit here and there with torches, but not all of them are lit. The Resistance has been very careful to try to place these in places where they won't cast light for folks to be able to see until you really get around a corner and so forth. So it is dark down here with little patches of light here and there. You guys are walking down a hallway, and you do see an area that does have a little bit more light, and it looks like electrical light now, kind of piercing through the darkness. So it has a little bit of a distinctive, almost kind of bluish, greenish kind of feel to it. And that blue-green is something that you guys are kind of familiar with, because you know that particular color of light is not detectable as much from a distance. So something a lot of folks that are in the spy business have a tendency to use. When you guys come into the chamber, though, the eeriness that was leading up to this has really just been a precursor to the horrors that you actually walk into. Upon your entrance into the Resistance's chamber, it is immediately apparent that you have arrived shortly after a devastating sneak attack on those unfortunately present in the catacombs working for the Resistance. There are bodies strewn across the floor, in various forms of mutilation.
Shit, somebody made us.
And you see the members of the French resistance that have come into the room. They've just stopped cold and are just taking in this scene, and
Does it
none of
look
them
like
are
the
speaking
bodies
right now.
are fresh?
Oh no.
How long have they been? Can I tell just at a glance? I mean, are these like stiffened, rigor mortis? I've seen, unfortunately, a number of dead bodies given my time in the field.
Sure.
So do I have a sense of, have these guys just been shot, or was it a day ago? You know, I'm not going to do CSI stuff, just a sense of.
Right. Roll a reason feed +2 column shifts because of your time in the field.
Oakley Dokleys.
Throughout the catacomb walk with all the spooky bones and skulls and everything, Shelley has grabbed a hold of somebody, I don't know who the unlucky soul is, and has been kind of clinging to them and not looking. And now once we get into there, it's kind of redoubled, and she's kind of like turned into whoever it is. And
I did something wrong. I dragged the excellent from 5 out of the tour.
Okay. To get that back, if you go to take me a moment here to figure out where that is. I always forget where that is.
I was
That's right.
like, somehow I thought you had to throw it like a die.
Gotcha.
So systems like that.
On your menu in the upper right-hand corner, there should be an icon when you scroll over it that says rollable tables. It looks like 3 squares and 3 rectangles.
Okay, come on. Okay, yeah, I don't have to scroll over. That was right in the middle there. So yeah, okay.
And then if you click on that, then all of the rankings are listed right there. If you find excellent, you can grab, or whatever rank it was, I forgot what it was, but you can click on that and drag it back to your
rollable tables, but I'm not seeing.
Oh, there's nothing there?
No.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Well, go to the next one, and I will have to actually physically go in there, but if I do that, then it's going to shut everything down. So go to the next one.
There's a stat rolls macro thing. That looks like I can drag stuff over.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you found that, then that should do it. Sorry about that. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Okay, if I drag excellent in there, and now I finally remember.
There you go.
And there we go. Sorry about the play, guys. I just screwed up.
Hey, that happens.
All right.
Okay, so you got a green. And then +2 column shifts. Oh, that is what you're +2, right?
Okay. I'm only typical, so I rolled on excellent.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, from the look of it, the blood is certainly fresh. Whatever happened to them has been fairly recent. Rigor mortis certainly has not set in at this point.
I would like to take a look at to see, does it look like they were shot?
I will share
they were
that.
Carved open, or
yes.
I have espionage as a skill.
Okay.
So
anyone here got some better voice aid than I have. Some of these people might still be alive. Okay. And I am looking at every entrance or exit to this chamber to see if there's a whole bunch of Nazis with machine guns lurking nearby.
Sure. And I think I will pull you into that space. Let me do that for you here real quick.
Do you want me to roll to see who I've grabbed a hold of?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I just do a regular presenta roll here? Yeah.
I don't have a formal first aid or medical talent, but as part of just generally being a soldier, I should at least be able to tie a bandage or
hold pressure or tourniquet or it's not complicated.
Oh, and actually, I just moved you guys, but I probably shouldn't have. I just realized I didn't actually have that part of the map there, but I'll put you back where you need to be here. So what you see here is actually not where you are, but I'll just kind of describe the room here for you just a little bit. So I think, Flux, you had mentioned, you wanted to see, if they were shot or what have you. Since you brought that up,
well, I didn't finish what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Because Lizard kicked in.
Well, no,
I'm looking for.
We were just talking to each other.
I was looking for things consistent to the bodies from our previous situation.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Say it again. I didn't understand.
Remember when the bodies were killed by whatever Pazuzu was possessing. I'm looking for similarities.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Go ahead and roll a reason feat, and if you have any kind of like medicine or anything like that that might help you, you can certainly.
Espionage?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Sure. Okay. So, Sean, roll reason plus one column.
Already did.
Okay. All right. So, what do we got there?
Green.
65 green. Okay. The bodies are kind of strewn across the floor in various states of mutilation. Several individuals have been cut to ribbons, while others' faces and hands have been seared from their bones, lying in a pool of their own gore.
Jesus.
Several individuals have been beheaded, or their necks twisted at obscure angles. Others show visible signs of electrocution. So there are multiple forms of horrific death that these folks have suffered.
But it would be easy to extrapolate that this was done by more than guns.
More than guns, and likely you would surmise more than one person, for sure.
This wasn't your garden variety Nazi. Something came for these people.
That ain't good. Is that something still around?
Jacques finally kind of shakes himself out of the shock. And he begins to frantically kind of start looking around. And he's pulling like papers and stuff like that and just throwing them about. And he says, "Oh no. Whoever it was that was here knew what they were looking for, and it's the same thing that we are looking for, is the maps. My grandfather's maps, they are gone."
Oh no. Well, I don't have any way to help these people. Do we know what happened here?
Peggy says, "I don't know. This place was, we felt, well hidden, but I don't know who could have gotten in here."
Well, Mr. Arcane casts a spell. He's going to cast, I think I've been saying energy detection magic, but there's actually a spell that works better to describe it, called Mystic Senses. And basically it's the same thing. We're concerned I'm concerned that Pazuzu might have done something like this, because it looks like some of them have been just kind of mangled. Some of them, their heads have been torn. So it's pretty grisly.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds like something he would have done, or could do, and
Mm-hmm.
certainly did to those patrolmen. So it's sensing mystical, I think is what it's, mystical detection, which, basically, Chris, the same thing we've been doing this whole time, but
Sure.
a little better name. So, that's a yellow. So he casts a spell, and he kind of focuses his will kind of on this area, just to kind of, take in and see, what he might be able to sense.
Okay. So with that success, that would basically pinpoint anything mystical in nature.
Right.
Yes?
Yeah.
There is a dull feel of mysticism flowing through the tunnels. With that roll, though, you're able to discern that it's just present. It's here, and it is the essence of the catacombs itself.
Oh, so they're mystical. They're magical in some way.
Yeah, but not like heavily so. So there's an old magic that just resides within the walls of the tomb.
So many people have died here over the years.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So other than that, you don't detect like a sentient mystical
Right.
presence. Okay.
So while he's doing that, can I do something?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wait.
Oh, hold
Real
on one
quick.
second.
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's all good.
Do I detect Darkwing as a supernatural being?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Now that I mentioned, okay, all right, move on. Sorry.
All right. So, Darkwing, having cast about and looked at the bodies a little bit, it occurs to him that this may or may not be something that he is capable of. Right? Is that a fair assessment?
Something that Pazuzu would be?
No, Darkwing. Physically, if he was in his full monster form, could he?
So another vampire.
I mean,
are there claw marks and assorted whatnot?
I mean, a lot of the stuff that happened in here, I mean, you know, seeing the horrors that you have seen and perhaps supplied to victims of your own, whether that be in battle or in the need of hunger. Everything you see here certainly would be reminiscent of that, with maybe the exception of the electrocution.
So he's been drifting around the room, trying to catch a scent. Whether he's catching the scent of, first of all, if there is a scent that is like his own, something that smells of the grave or animals or something like that, that's what he's initially looking for. But he's going to keep smelling should that not be the case, and he's trying to catch any other out of the ordinary scent.
Okay. So you've got heightened senses.
Remarkable.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll on that. And that gives you a 42 green. You do pick up scents that are not present in the room. And they are, you get a hint of leather. You get a hint of like a plastic or maybe latex.
But not present in the room. So I will turn to the group. Arcane is doing magic stuff. Tank is trying to help people.
Yeah, and if that is the case, Tank, I know you said you were asking if anybody knew first aid and so forth. If you're checking on those bodies, they are well beyond help.
All right. And he's going to say, whoever did this has taken the maps and they've left. But I feel like this is not something that happened in the far distant past. Peggy, when was the last time you were here?
Only hours before we came to see you.
Good. I mean, not good, but obviously good that you went there. That means that whoever was here did this in the last couple of hours, which means it might be possible to follow them by scent. Gentlemen, if you will just give me a moment.
Darkwing.
Sean, go ahead.
Darkwing, do any of them smell familiar? Anything that you have smelled before?
I would say, I mean, like leather and latex, I mean, you smelled that before. You don't necessarily get a distinct like smell that's recognizable.
So he'll say leather, latex, basically the type of thing that you would be wearing if you were a well-equipped military troop, or if you were a doctor.
Or an evil nun.
And real quick, there was one more thing I wanted to add in there, just didn't get around to doing it. And the last thing that you caught a whiff of, and it's very, very faint, but it's very distinct. And that's kerosene.
Okay. Still sounds like.
I can tell you, I don't
kerosene's
think
the lamp,
this.
right?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a flammable liquid. Yeah.
Right. And I know you're gonna do your thing, Doc, but my character very swiftly while you're doing that swings into a moment, please, and he goes, "Hounds to me!" And he pulls out his scarf and sort of flumps it, and I summon wolves.
Oh, nice.
Well, he is a vampire. I can tell you, I don't think this was Pazuzu. I don't get that sense. There is a faint background of kind of a residual mystical energy, but I think that's the catacombs I'm getting. I mean, I can't be certain, but I don't think this was him. I don't know. Whatever. I don't think it was Pazuzu.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but
my hounds do not arrive.
Was that summon the hounds? Yeah, it's you're deep down in the catacombs of Paris here.
Maybe it'll take him a minute.
I'll try to mystically summon them.
Is that how that works? Is it a mystical summoning, or is it just calling animals from the area?
So it's summon or control. So I took that as mystical summons. That's how I summoned the bats in Egypt.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, yeah, all right, okay.
Well, perhaps it's the nature of the catacombs. I mean, after a moment, they don't appear. So Mr. Arcane is, of course, puzzled. He's like, oh, well, perhaps summoned creatures can't come in here.
I asked,
or I don't know.
Is your magic working?
My magic works fine, but I am no conjurer.
Well,
I mean, you could perhaps try again.
Tank, I don't suppose that armor comes with radar, sonar, night goggles, something like that.
Are you talking to the Darkwing?
I'm talking to the tank. I just said I said tank.
And what was that again? Sorry.
Does your armor come with something like radar, sonar, night vision goggles?
No, it ain't like an actual tank. It's my skin.
It's a fair question.
Starts,
It is a fair question.
So if you got complaints about how it works, go look up Baron Zemo and tell him.
Nice. He starts whistling into his scarf as he cape scarf as he lays it on the ground and attempts to summon rats.
Don't embarrass me. Come on. What are you doing?
All right. So I'm going to spend karma.
Okay.
Are you telling us you're about to summon rats?
What was that one movie said about performance issues? I mean,
nice.
All right, so you got a green for summoning rats, and
could happen to anyone.
Those of you that are, all of you that are there in the chamber with him now hear the walls just kind of coming alive with these little tiny little squeaks and scuttles.
Oh boy.
They boil up from underneath of his scarf.
Are you trying to set off Bombshell?
So she was already curled up, and I initially had decided that she had curled up on Napoleon or knapsack, but that's legit. That's like physically impossible since she's 6 feet tall.
Oh, but hilarious, and I really want to draw that.
Okay, all right, okay. So then we'll leave it.
Nap is going,
the
mommy.
Sound of the
Sorry,
rats,
mommy.
Like now she's on one leg. Her other leg is around him, and she's literally like crawled almost on top of him, and is just like,
oh my gosh,
freaking out.
I chitter to the little creatures. trying to communicate that I would like them to catch this scent that I am smelling and try to follow it through the sewers. The sewers, the catacombs.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
Napoleon.
catacombs, not sewers. Yeah.
Napoleon speaks up and he says, "If you think these bastards are still in these tunnels, then I say we go get them and we show them what the resistance is really all about. We will have your backs."
Let's get them.
She just kind of meeps and
Yeah, I'm very sorry for your companions. Ugh.
We will make them pay for what they have done. These were good men.
I seem to have lost my mouse somehow. I've never seen that happen before.
Oh, that's weird.
It's probably still in the
Yeah,
same
go
room.
figure. Bunch of rats show up, your mouse disappears.
Oh, God.
Oh, terrible.
All right, so at this point, I've got the map up, and you guys now are being led down the tunnel by Napoleon, who knows these tunnels well enough. And he begins to lead you to a little area that has just a little bit of water that comes up to about your ankles in this area.
Chris,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so is Napoleon following the rats?
Yeah, I
Are
mean,
they
yeah.
rats?
If you have sent them in the way of the scent, he is certainly going in that same direction. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we're all going in the same direction. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If there's water, I'm gonna hover.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's in there.
I think it might be a good idea for me to tank on at this point.
All right.
Fine, gone. Sorry.
I'm telling you, get tanked. It's right there.
Yeah.
It is kind of right there, but I get the tank on. I get it.
Napoleon leads you down north in the tunnel system, and he stops at this location right in here. And he squeezes through just a little space right here in the wall. So you see him kind of disappear, and the rats are also now moving in that direction as well.
I probably make the little space a little wider as I go through.
Yeah. And this area certainly is very dark. Oh, I may be stuck. Hold on. My walls may be stopping me here. Hold on.
I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, sorry. I might have a little problem here. I thought I tested everything out, but something ain't working. I might have to open this up maybe a little bit more.
So, if you just to shrink the page, you just do 2 fingers on the pad and
Mhm.
close them, or is there a?
Yeah, that should work. Yes.
Yeah, maybe I should left click first. Okay, there I go.
Oh, I think I don't have light in this area. That's why we're having some difficulty. Now, can you, those of you that have kind of made it into the tunnel area, can you actually see where Jacques is?
yeah.
I see Jacques, yes.
Okay, all right. So he begins to walk through in this direction. And you guys are really having to kind of just really shimmy and work your way around in this area here. So it's very difficult to kind of maneuver.
How high?
We're
are
missing
catacombs?
Darkwing.
Well,
No,
I'm
Or he's
trying to
way ahead
do-
of us.
And sorry, what did you say,
We're
Mr.
missing.
Arcane?
Sorry.
He's working on it. I was just at, what's the ceiling in here? I mean, I assume it's not very tall.
It's not very tall, and it's bones. So I mean, you guys are just literally crawling through bones through this area here.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess at this point I'm not flying then.
Yeah.
Or
So-
hovering.
have y'all seen Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
You know the bit where oh god, I can't remember her name.
Elsa Fisher.
Yeah, is trying to go through the tunnels.
Oh,
She's
Temple of Doom?
tiptoeing on the crunchy bugs and such. Yeah, that's Bombshell right now. She's just like ew, 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 tiptoe,
Yeah.
crunch on the bones and stuff, and she's just like completely just not handling
Overwhelmed,
this
huh?
well at all.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll come back and hey, listen, you can do this. This is fine. It's,
This is
and
so
I mean,
far from fine. This is like I can't even tell you.
this is just something we have to do. You can do it. I know you can do it. You have to do it. We need you. They need you. Those people need you. You can do it. You can do this. Let's go. We're right here with you. You're not alone.
All right, and the French resistance has kind of moved forward in the tunnel, and Jacques puts his hand up very quickly and is basically telling you guys to halt. And he whispers back behind you, "Shh. I believe I heard something." And as he says that, just directly ahead of you guys, you see a figure move into the hallway where the firelight is kind of glinting off of what seems to be like a leather or almost latexy kind of outfit. The guy has a gas mask on and a long leather coat. And I'll pull up a little picture of him here real quick for you. There we have it.
Oh.
And he steps into the hallway and he reaches back behind him and he produces what appears to be a flamethrower. You guys have seen this now, so as he is beginning to pull the trigger, I'm going to allow you guys an action.
Oh, towards us. Shit.
So,
oh, geez.
are you doing that in initiative order?
I'll probably, you see Jacques kind of dart around the corner and take cover. Knapsack does the same. Peggy goes into this area here as well, and she screams at you, "Get down!"
And
Lux
I'm
will duck there.
noticing again. I'm trying to navigate to the bring this image to the center of the screen.
Oh, okay. And
how do
again,
you
on a
do that?
trackpad, I don't know exactly quite how to do that. I think you should be able to just click and drag to do that.
Okay, got it. All right. Back
Did you
in
get
this.
it? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So really,
so
as
I
far
can see him?
Yeah, just down the hallway, straight down here. Now you
Does
may
he
not
have-
where you're at right there. Yeah, you should be able to see him from the
Does he
look
have
of it.
a gun or something else that looks dangerous?
So he has a flamethrower.
Flamethrower, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we can take one action.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
But before you do that, I'm kind of
Yeah.
what I want to try to do as I was kind of moving them out of the way. I was trying to go in order that you guys were in the hallway.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So really, the next step at this point would be the human tank.
Okay, cool.
Well, I have one strategy: charge.
Charge. Okay.
I'm not scared of no flamethrower.
All right. And you certainly can do that. There's enough space between you and him. You should be able to make it there within one round. And it looks like that'll give you like a 2-area movement.
Okay. And I know to do this every game, but you still got to remind me exactly what the mechanics are for that.
No problem. That's endurance.
Endurance.
Okay.
And he gets column shifts, right?
For the damage. Yeah, for the damage,
right.
but not for the
Yes.
actual roll.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Sorry.
so. Alright. Do I get a column shift to the roll for my martial arts?
Not for a charge.
Okay, because that's fighting. You're right.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense. I've got to get a second monitor just to be able to look at the character screen. So my endurance is incredible. I'm going to spend some karma because if I'm going to do this cool move, I want it to succeed. There's nothing like doing this great charge and then, running straight headlong into a wall.
Right.
Oh, looks like I didn't need to.
Nice.
Hey, look at that.
Woo!
That gets you 104. So,
That'd be a solid.
yeah, that's a potential stun for
You
him.
mark off 10 karma first.
All right. And there's no way for him to dodge that, so I'm not even going to roll for that. But he does attempt to get out of the way to no success. So now your damage is your endurance plus 2 column shifts because you traveled 2 areas for that. So what is your endurance?
My endurance is incredible.
Okay, so then that'll do
Nice.
75 points of damage to him.
Woo!
So let's see what that does to our old boy Sarspritza.
Sure, spritzer. What does that feel like? That should mean something. Sounds...
I'm sure it does.
It sounds like a soft drink.
It does. I had a Sarspritza for lunch today. Okay, so good. So here it'll do 65
hot
points of
sauce in it.
damage. All right, so. Oh boy, yeah. All right, so you hit him. It's a potential stun first, so I'm going to roll endurance to see if he is stunned. And that's on the remarkable column. So no stun. And then same thing for slam. Oh, holy shit. Okay.
Bye-bye.
You hit him. And we're
Scene
going
of
to
fury.
roll a single die, which I'll take the tens die on this. 9.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He flies backwards and
So
completely
far.
out of sight into the
Wow.
darkness.
So far.
I may have hit him just a bit too hard.
Too hard? He was going to set us all on fire.
Tank, sweetie, look out.
I'm trying to see what I'm looking out for.
And she's like leveling her arm down the hallway.
Okay. All right. Are you going to do anything with that?
Yeah, she's gonna throw lightning all the way down.
Okay. What's your range on that?
20 areas.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow. I think that's like the entire New York City map from the original.
Y'all haven't had a chance to see her do this yet.
No. She was possessed most of the last game, so this is
Yep.
a chance to really see her in her full glory.
Raising.
All right, so that'll be an agility check then for you.
Okay.
So if you roll agility for that. Now, it is going to be at a -3 column shift on that.
Ouch.
because you can't see him.
I would like to spend some karma then.
Mhm.
Because again, if you're gonna do the cool thing,
Yeah.
you know. Alright,
Also,
so
if there's an
-3
explosion.
column shifts.
Don't
Yep.
look
You're
at
gonna
it.
turn this guy literally into a soft drink.
All right, so you got a 60, so that is a potential hit. So
Okay.
we have to assume that it hit. You don't know whether it did or not.
Right. And
but the
I'm
whole
sending
tunnel just lights up with light.
Illuminates. Huh?
Hmm. How
yeah,
much damage does that do?
50.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so huge like bolt of lightning just torrents down the hallway, just lighting everything up, and then
Oh no.
bone chips everywhere down at the end.
Yeah, pretend you didn't see that.
Right, I was gonna say. Oh no.
Okay, so this big bolt of lightning kind of shoots out and lights up the tunnel. You guys are just momentarily blinded by this sudden light in this darkness. and everything goes quiet immediately afterwards.
No flamethrower explosion?
Oh, well, let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I
It's
thought that's what you were going for. I thought
Do
you were
not
going
give
to
the GM
electrocute him to
ideas.
blow up his tank.
Okay, everything goes quiet for a few moments, and then all of a sudden, way down at the end of the hallway, you just see this big burst of woof flame down at the end of the hallway.
I think you
That does
got
seem
him.
like a clue.
Barbecued crowd, anyone?
Does seem like a clue. Although, were any of those bodies burned?
Somebody
Some of them
told
were,
us-
yeah.
No.
Somebody told us they smelled latex and kerosene.
GM, point of order. You did say at
Did
some
say
point-
kerosene. Did say kerosene. Yes, we did.
You said
Yeah,
some were
right.
burnt, some were electrified,
Oh, okay.
and a lot
Sorry.
of them were carved up.
Mhm.
Okay. So I just missed it. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
He
is
turns
still
and looks
awful.
back at Bombshell. Oh, you do it indeed. Okay.
this
That
is
would have
still
been.
awful.
I mean, yeah.
Now, Darkwing, you still have your rats. They have now kind of scattered a bit from
I can't
the
imagine why.
from the
Fuck that
electricity,
shit.
but they're starting to kind of come back together, and they're now kind of waiting for an order. Yeah, you can kind of tell that.
And I'm going to get down and whisper to them and make my squeaky noises to communicate. Hey, is this the other one, or are there more like him?
And in their little squeaky language, they tell you, there's certainly more. But we're not going down there.
And by down there, do they mean past where he exploded, or down that side?
Down the area where he exploded, yeah. Fire down there, fire bad.
Fire bad.
Now we don't
Fire bad.
see. Has the fire burned itself out, or is it still burning right now?
No, yeah, it definitely burned itself out. It was just one big whoop, and then it
Giant
just
puff.
put itself out. Yeah.
Okay. I offer them meat. I said, there's meat down there.
There might be some down there.
Hungry.
Yeah.
And-
Let's go down there, tear off some meat, or show me where the others are. You can come back for this meat. Or hell, maybe we'll just turn the next guy into meat. Point is, meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh,
All right. Well, they begin to scurry back down the hallway in the direction where Sauerspritze flew.
Sorry about your cool villain.
No, it's all right.
I don't think he's that sorry.
Peggy Carter speaks up before you guys take the move to follow the rats. And she says, wait, before you go, I only caught a glimpse of the man at the end of the tunnel, but it's very strange. I do believe I recognized the uniform that he was wearing. You know, I'm sure, of my dealings with Captain America, Steve Rogers.
No.
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 Oh yes.
How would we know that?
I s-
Yeah,
He's
I
not
mean the other
famous.
non-soldier. No.
The captain is famous.
I would have thought
Not to
that
be sexist here, but
I would have thought perhaps maybe you boys in your knitting circles get together and you talk a little bit, but
You guys knit?
the gentleman, I believe, he looked like someone named Sauerspritze, and he was a man that was a part of a project that was put together by, I'm not sure who it was that created them, but it was in answer to the super soldier serum in the United States.
Oh.
These men, there were 3, if I remember correctly. They were called Das commandos. In English, it is the killing squad.
Well, it
Th-
certainly matches what they did back there.
If that was indeed one of the three, it must be a replacement because these individuals were some of the first that Captain America fought when he came over to the European continent. And all three of those, as far as Steve knows, perished in the incident.
So I'm guessing one didn't.
Well, they
Or
probably
perhaps
recycled the
it's
name.
perhaps
Or
it's
they
a new one.
or they created new ones.
I've missed this something here. So the Darstritzum got the Death Squad.
Killing Squad.
Killing Squad, yes. Mhm.
Yes. They were whose answer to the Super Soldier program?
The
Germans.
Germans.
Germany.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know something about that. They experimented on me. That's how I got this armor.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, Zemo was trying to replicate that stuff. Most of my squaddies got picked up. They died. I got something a little better. Managed to get out.
That sounds awful.
Darkwing
It
says,
wasn't.
I meant.
It's not something I'm going to tell the grandkids about.
Darkwing says, I meant, oh no, at the possibility that there are more like you waiting
Yeah.
for us down there.
Yeah, so let's go cautious.
Okay.
All right. So the rats now are continuing down the hallway. If you see where Human Tank is, they continue on to the east, straight forward
Okay.
where the explosion happened, further on down the hall. So if
All
you
right,
guys
well,
want to
rather-
gather at that crossroads there, that would probably be good.
Okay. Well,
This clock
rather
road?
than what Mr. Arcane's going to do is he's going to fold his legs under him and hover like as he's legs crossed, hands on his knees, trying to make himself kind of smaller.
These rocks and bones are just absolute heck on my hose. You think you could teach me how to do that?
Yes, with several years of study.
Oh, study. Never mind.
I mean, the good news is no horrible experiments.
I mean, that's nice.
I mean, I suppose
Books and I
other
never
than-
really got along, though.
It's not really as book driven as you might think.
Oh,
So I guess I'm going to start going down the hall.
All right. I guess you're going to be the human shield now, right?
Yeah, well, I can take a flamethrower, or at least I believe I can. That's, to be tested.
All right, as you guys continue on down the hallway, you do see another area that is torchlit up in front of you that opens out. It looks like into a much larger chamber.
At some point, shouldn't we be seeing, French fried kraut?
Right.
At some point.
Still haven't gotten there.
Unless, of course, you immolated him.
It should still be like a scorch mark somewhere, right?
Now, Tank,
Yeah, like when you hold a hot dog when you're out camping and you forget that you're holding the hot dog in the fire, something like that.
Tank, do you walk into that room directly?
Since I'm not really known for being the most cautious or brightest, yes, I will step right into the threshold and take whatever happens.
Once you step into the torchlit room there, that's a much larger chamber than the ones that you guys have been kind of shimmying through. And now, up to the north in that room, you see a single figure that is seated, looking like he's in meditation. And he is dressed as such. If you didn't know any better, this guy looks like a ninja, but he's dressed in a fuchsia-colored costume, head to toe.
Were ninjas even part of pop culture in the 40s? I mean, I remember they were big in the 70s.
Right. Probably not in pop culture, no. So if you haven't been over to Japan or heard the stories over there, then no, you may not know exactly what this is. But he is seated in meditation with his hands on his knees in the middle of the room. As you come in, he raises his head and he begins to stand. And when he gets up, you notice that he is a whole lot bigger than what you actually thought he was. He stands nearly 7 feet tall.
Oh, shit.
So almost as tall as me.
Mm-hmm. And he stands, he reaches to his back and he produces a katana. And he stands in a ready position. He says nothing.
Don't bring a sword to a tank fight.
He lets go of the hilt of the sword with his left hand, reaches out to you, and he goes,
Okay, he's unimpressed.
Is this roll for initiative time?
I think it probably is roll for it.
Seems initiative related.
Okay, so having screwed up before, how do I do a D10 roll?
We will go to let me get that rolling here for you guys. Give me just 1 second. I gotta select everybody here.
You start on the fist, by the way. You go to the fist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a fist in the upper right hand corner. As soon as I get the encounter activated here, we'll get it rolling.
So you want attention, but you don't want to get cuddled. Got it.
So, Flux, as we're walking up to catch up, you see that Bombshell is looking
Of course.
at your shoes. Because you're not having the same troubles navigating the terrain.
All right, so if you guys want to click on the fist in the upper right-hand corner, I've got the combat tracker running for you, and you can roll your initiatives.
There we
Yep. By the time I get there, you guys will probably have made short work of it.
GM, I rolled a straight 10, but I'm supposed to have a +2. Does that factor?
Yeah, I'll be adding that in for you here. As soon as everybody rolls, then I can add that
Hey, I'm
here.
first for a change.
All right, so Flux, you got a +2.
The dice are helping me roleplay a kind of slow, not too
Slow and heavy, yeah.
character. Yeah.
Darkwing, what's your initiative bonus?
+3.
+3. Mr. Arcane.
Mine's also +3.
Okay. Bombshell.
I have no pluses.
No pluses. Let's see what Karigi has. And while I'm looking, just so you guys know, this is a character that came out of the Daredevil comics and is a member of the Hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So we literally get to talk to the hand.
Yeah.
He's not very chatty, though.
True.
All right, so Flux, you are around the corner. You don't see him just yet, but you hear Human Tank speaking to something that's in the room.
Okay. I'm going to have my plasma gun handy. The one I lifted from the nun.
Sure.
And I want to come just in so I can see where Tank is looking at. I'm going to shoot him and then duck back around the corner.
And I gave you the power ranks for that gun,
Yes,
didn't I?
incredible.
Okay. All right, cool.
Only an excellent attack, but because I'm not. I'm sorry?
I was talking to Cat. Sorry.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, no. Did you call Karma?
I did not. To be
Oh,
fair.
boy. Okay, all right. So you take a shot. It goes wide and hits the chamber just off to his left.
Okay, and then I will duck back behind the corner so the Tank remains the primary target.
Gotcha. All right. From there, we go to Darkwing.
So how many steps can I take through this room?
You can certainly reach him. He's within 3 areas. So he's about, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in the 3rd area, but you can still reach him if you want to get that close.
I am going to get about this close And along the way, I'm going to draw my broadsword.
Mm-hmm.
Are there people in these side rooms?
Oh, well, hello. Why, yes, there are.
Okay, so do they come out
Yeah,
before I
as
pass
as
them?
you are passing, I'm going to have you make an intuition feat. I know you saw them, the player, but I don't know if the character saw them just yet. So give me an
Right.
intuition feat.
Let me see. Intuition, remarkable. Let's see. Come on, shrink you.
All right, so you got.
Did you see the roll come through? Because I'm having a hard time getting back over there.
Well, that's weird. I mean, I saw. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, you got a green. All right. So just as you are passing that area, you see movement off to the right as this gentleman. I'll pull up a picture here for you. That one. A bald
Oh,
gentleman that looks like he's got a little bit of almost decaying flesh on his face. Pops out, and he is dressed in full black German officer regalia. And then on the opposite side, you just barely catch the movement here of this individual right here. Who is dressed in kind of a tight form-fitting leather blue outfit, but it still has kind of the look and feel of a German military uniform.
okay. So, since I've just taken my movement action
Mm-hmm.
and drawn my bastard sword,
Mm-hmm.
can I strike the bald gentleman right beside me?
Yep. He is certainly within striking distance.
Okay. So it's fighting +2 column shifts for weapon specialist.
Yep.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, is yellow good?
Yeah, the yellow is definitely good.
Okay.
All right, so that is a potential stun if it connects. I'm going to give him an opportunity to dodge. And let's see here. He's got
Lost my
good there. Ooh, oh yeah. Now, here's the thing about dodging is it only is going to subtract a couple of column shifts away from that attack. So you got a yellow 85 on monstrous. So that actually is still going to keep it in the yellow, so it doesn't affect your ability to hit him, but it may do less damage. What is your damage on that sword?
It is strength +1 column shift. So right after excellent is
Remarkable.
Okay.
remarkable.
All right, cool.
Roll it or don't roll it?
No,
I
don't have to roll that. That's just what the damage is. Okay. So he comes out of that little small antechamber off to the side and is certainly moving in to attempt to intercept you. You swipe at him and catch him just across the chest, but he moves to the side. It cuts into the uniform just a little bit, but it definitely makes purchase with his person. It looks at though that he was able to at least soak that with whatever that armor is that he's wearing, that leather armor. So you certainly have gotten his attention, if not some of his blood on your sword.
Okay.
So now we move to Mr. Arcane.
Okay. So I'm going to take a move, and now now I can see this guy, but I don't. Do I see? Well, let's see. I don't know that his name's Blitzkrieg, but do I see him over there? Or?
Yeah, I think you would be able to see him from the angle that you are. Yes.
Okay. Well, first things first, I'll take a little defensive action now that I see a bunch of combatants here. So I will, well, cast a spell, but I'm going to use my energy control magnetism, and I'm going to make a magnetic shield around myself. So he focuses, and maybe you'll see some traces of, some maybe iron out of the floor or whatever, kind of start to circle him a bit. But that's my action.
Okay. All right. And did you roll that already?
Oh, no, I'll roll it right now. It is excellent. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then that will provide you with how much armor then?
I think it's power rank.
Mhm.
Should be excellent.
Okay, cool. All right. So that's your action.
And I'll call out and I say there's more of them. Because I don't
and
think
then
anyone said that.
we go to Karigi. Karigi is going to very slowly and confidently walk down the hallway right past Zanmolder and walk over to the human tank. And he just stands there at the ready. He makes no action towards you.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
He's
Bombshell.
not floating or anything, is he?
Not gloating, just standing.
No, I meant floating.
Oh, floating. No, no. All right, Bombshell, it's you.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
She's gonna peek out.
You see a big pink ninja.
That's a lovely color.
It's fuchsia. Anyway, I don't know.
He doesn't look like he's actually like attacking though. So
Nope, just
she's
standing
not. Yeah, she's not the brightest soul. So she's. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. First of all, he's wearing
Right.
a lovely color. Second of all, I mean, he's just standing there. He's not attacking. So
I
she's
always
just
feel
going
awkward
to-
about doing the Han Solo and shooting first.
So that guy looks gross over there,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy looks kind of gross too.
Mm-hmm.
Is this area? I can't really. Can I do this? Let's see. Yeah, is this one area here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, she doesn't know any better, so she's gonna go ahead and try and shoot her electrostatic charge down in there to create a thunderclap and see if she can stun them.
Okay, now let me just say this because this is your first time doing that, and within the rules of how that works.
Okay.
Darkwing is in the middle of that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't see him.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Oh no, I'm
Huh.
right beside the creepy bald dude.
Okay. Well, that's weird. I wonder why
That
you
is
can't see
weird.
him.
Oh yeah, Darkwing is I see the name, but I don't see the icon. For
Oh,
it.
weird. Okay.
I don't see either.
All right.
I
Yeah.
figure he's just showing off a superpower, like being invisible or something like that.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull a new token
Okay.
out there for.
Yeah, I don't
him.
think she would do that if there's friendlies in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you pointed it out because I don't see him at all.
All right. So let me see if I can bring another token out. Okay. So I've got a new token out.
There we go.
Is
Yep.
he there now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know what
Okay.
happened there. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Okay, then she will instead. He's got a dance partner, and this guy's looking at Tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Tank is looking intently at him.
Mm-hmm.
So it would probably be rude to interrupt that. Besides, he's not, like I said, he's not looking like he's attacking. So I'm just gonna briskly shuffle up here to this fellow who's looking kind of gross. And kick him.
Okay.
She's just gonna roll up and just look at him like, he's wearing a Nazi outfit. Boom, kick him.
Actually, I don't even see Darkwing on the combat list.
Is he not?
What?
Weird. Huh. Okay. Well, I do at least have him there. So,
All right,
or do
so
I? No, I don't actually. Oh, that's probably because I had to delete him and then put him back. So that's what that was. So I need
yeah.
to put him back on there. Thank you for that,
You,
Tank.
you definitely have that old Batman, hiding, back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, got that in the
He
bag.
was 11, if that matters.
Let me see if I can actually assign a number. I don't know if I can or not. Let's see here. Oh, yes, I can. It was an 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I learned something new. Okay, cool. All right, Tank, you rolled, yes? Or no, I'm sorry, it was Bombshell. Okay,
Yep.
Bombshell rolled for the kick.
Yep, 51.
And
That's a
let's
green.
give him an opportunity to get out of the way of that. He's got excellent. He got a green. Okay, so it's -2 column shifts there for that. So you were 51 on incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still deep enough where 2 column shifts won't affect other than potential damage. What's your strength?
Excellent.
Okay, so that's
So 20 minus whatever.
All right. All right. So how are you kicking him?
Let's say this is like a step kick, probably going for the for like a liver shot,
Okay.
to incapacitate.
All right. He throws an arm down in an attempt to try to block. You still make purchase with his side,
Mhm.
but he's able to soak up most of the damage that
Okay.
you have done to him.
Right on.
Then we go to Zanmorder, who took his dodge action, so that goes past him. Blitzkrieg made his action, so we go to Human Tank.
Okay. Well, I have something to hit directly in front of me. So I'm just going to go for the good old punch. My fighting, I believe that's just a standard fighting roll then.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, my fighting is excellent, and I have martial arts that kicks it up to remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And after, calling this guy out, the last thing I want to do is whiff, so I'm committing to karma.
You need to at least land one hit on him. Yep.
Yeah. It's a good thing I spent the karma then. How much do I need to get that to a green?
Let's see here. You're 21 on remarkable. So you need to get it up to a 31, so 10 points will get you there.
Okay.
Karigi, who has been standing in a ready stance, you go in for the punch, and he lifts the sword and then ducks directly underneath your punch, and you do not make purchase on him. And then he takes a step back and takes the exact same stance that he was in.
I can keep hitting longer than you can keep dodging.
And we're back up to the top of initiative at this point, so we go back to Flux.
Okay. Before I come back out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull the shillelagh. I'm going to conjure the shillelagh.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it'll end cool, but I want to try to do something cool. I'm going to come in behind Tank, go and do a slide under his legs and bring the shillelagh right up to Craigie's chest.
Okay.
Trying for some surprise here.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Weapon specialist gives me an incredible on the attack.
Mm-hmm. +2 column shifts to your fighting.
And I'm going to karma this one. Because I too do not want to be embarrassed.
See, that's one of the benefit of playing a character who's occasionally comic relief. Sometimes you can just miss and it's good.
Well, I'm starting at an even 50.
And then do you want to get that up to a yellow?
Yes.
Okay, so you're on incredible. to get it to yellow is 61. So again, spend your 10, that'll get you up there.
Okay, so yellow.
Karigi responds by coming down to one knee, flipping the sword, and putting it down directly in front of him, blocking the shillelagh. And now he looks at you, and you see these piercing eyes that have no irises. They are just white.
Okay, yeah, I want his undivided attention.
Uh,
That is the goal.
oh,
This tank hits harder than I do.
we lost Darkwing.
Oh no!
So
Yes,
hopefully Matthew will be
challenges.
able to come back in.
His is the Zoom call that flaps in the night.
Right?
Oh,
So
that's funny.
we'll pause on him for a moment. We'll move to Mr. Arcane.
Okay, so I'll kind of assume that he and
So yeah.
Zanmorder are engaged in combat. Bombshell and we don't know their names, but I'll use their names because
Sure.
it's on the token.
Easier to do that, yeah.
Yep. So they're tangling over there. I'll move just a bit, and then I'll hurl an Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Bolt at Blitzkrieg to try and
Blast.
send him on his way. And let me roll my... On your left. It's incredible. All right, so he hurls an arcane bolt of energy. It's green, and you hear kind of a faint roar as it tears by you.
All right. So we've got intuition of good for him. We're going to see if he sees that coming.
Meanwhile, Bromshell's
does.
like, huh? And almost gets it in the nose, you know?
I am going to roll for extra actions for Zanmorder.
And that's Blitzkrieg now that I'm aiming at. So.
Oh, you're Blitzkrieg. I'm sorry. Okay, so the one over here, right? Okay.
Yeah, the one
Thank
over
you.
there. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that. I got confused myself there.
Well, Darkwing seems to have that guy engaged, and I don't know what this other guy does.
All right. So let's see here. His fighting. He's not going to roll for extra actions because he really can't get it very
That's right, I
easily.
forgot about that.
So he is going to attempt to roll out of the way. He saw it coming.
Sure.
And he's going to try to get out of the way of that roaring Eldritch Blast. He's got excellent on agility. Whoa, nope. He dodges into it.
Oops.
And
that's incredible.
Okay, so incredible there.
Yep.
All right, so he steps this way, but as he goes, you hit him with that, and he kind of tumbles backwards just a little bit and is now on his knees and is kind of looking to see where that came from, and he's got a bead on you. And we go to Karigi once again.
Does he know I'm the least threatening one here?
who is now taking a look at Flux. He's got his sword basically in the ground, and then he whips around the top of his head and he takes a swipe at Flux.
You're hitting a girl? Sheesh, you guys got no standards.
And he got a green, 45. Now, you can choose to make a dodge. You have not made your action this round, correct?
No,
you
I went
have.
first.
Okay, all right.
Can I parry?
Well, without the extra action, that would be tough. Now, again, we're still pretty early in the game. If you would like to roll for extra actions now, I will allow it.
Sure. One should suffice. So what am I rolling again? Really
That's
quick?
under your fighting.
Okay.
89, and you've got excellent, so that's a yellow, so that would actually get you into it's one. That's one, two. So it would get you one extra action there.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will use that action to parry.
And then that will be a fighting.
Okay. Does my weapon bonus come into play with a parry?
It does, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Ooh.
Shoot,
All right. So
sorry.
white there. No, that's all right. Didn't call karma again, right?
right.
Okay. All right. So
I'm trying to not burn all my karma in
no, I
like
got
2
you.
rounds.
Yeah. All right. So he takes the swipe, and he does. Where's that at? There it is. Okay. So he does 30 points of damage. And that catches you on your left arm, and he cuts a big gash into your left arm.
Okay. Ow! Quit it.
After Karigi, we go to Bombshell.
I'm gonna stalk this fella down. I'm gonna roll for multiple attacks because I forgot that was a thing last turn. Martial arts be is included in that roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and roll at incredible negative. So I just stand there and look really pretty, I think.
Now, on that, and perhaps I should have reminded you before you did this, if you roll a white, then your action is at a -3 column shift. So, again, retroactively, because we're still early in playing
No, that's
this,
okay.
and everybody's kind of, you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right.
So my only action will be at -3. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be at good rank. Let's go ahead and take a roll. Oof. Whiff.
All right, so swing and a miss. Now that Matthew's back, I'm going to jump back up in the initiative to Darkwing. Darkwing, not much happened there to you, at least, while you were gone. Sorry we lost you there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was a pop, and then everything shut down.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, I'm still trying to bring up the map, but I assume I'm still right beside the bald gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just tell me what you want to do, and I can help talk you through it here until you
What
get
I'd
in.
like to do is make the roll for extra actions.
Okay. Right.
We didn't.
So that's your fighting incredible +1 column shift for that. So it'll be on the amazing column. You got a green for that. Now, did you want to call karma?
No.
Okay. All right. So that gives you an extra action.
Okay. And so no one else has attacked this dude yet.
No.
Correct.
Right. All right. So I am going to take a swipe at him with the bastard sword, and then I guess save the other action. I don't know if there are counters in this game.
You can have a dodge, or you can have a block, or something like that. So yeah, it's always good to kind of hang on to one just in case.
That's what I'll do.
Okay. All right. So you're going to make a swipe with the sword.
Yes.
Which will be
fighting
+2. So, all right, you got a green there. 48 on monstrous. He has not made an action. I am going to roll for extra actions for him. He got a white. Okay.
Sweet.
So the dodge that he's going to make is going to
Good
be
for us.
at a -3 column shift. So 1, 2, 3. He rolls on the feeble column. And he got a 100 red. I
Oh,
can't
That was
believe
his
it.
second 100. That was his second 100. Does your rolls go for the bad guys too?
They go for the bad guys, fortunately. Okay, so you take a swipe. He ducks underneath. And at this point, you don't make purchase on Zanmodar. So then we left off.
Well,
It is
no,
his
I was-
turn at this
I
point,
was
so
thinking
he
that-
is actually going to come up and counter your attack. And when he ducks down, you see him throw his arm out to the side, and the gloves that he's wearing now suddenly burst forth with a series of pointy and sharp implements that range from like a little small blade to a needle to a razor blade and a scalpel. These things come out of the fingers of his glove, and then he comes up with a swipe to your chest. And 13, he got a white, so he whiffed it.
Right. So I still have one more dodge if he swings at me again.
Yeah, or you can have another attack when it comes back around to your initiative. Okay. Then we go to Blitzkrieg, who attempted to dodge, so his action is done. We go to Human Tank.
Okay, my mouse is acting weird, but okay, now it's back. Great. Is there like a pillar or a column nearby me that I can grab and use as a giant baseball bat?
Let's see here. Let me take a look at the map here.
Oh no, we're going to start using
yes.
environment. Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
In this little chamber off to your right over here, there is a, we're going to call it just like kind of almost like a cement like column or stone column that has actually fallen into the area there. So it's loose, so you don't actually have to break it off, so you can run over and grab that.
I was just looking for something that might have been right next to me.
Oh, right next to you.
Let's see how this could possibly go wrong.
Otherwise, okay, I'm going to go for the multi-action thingamabobber too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My fighting is excellent, and I have martial arts, so that makes it remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And I will commit to karma, so I don't get that -3 column shift.
Okay.
Which was a good move.
Woohoo! All right, and he is remarkable, so you need to get it up to a 31.
So that's 11 points of
Mhm.
okay. And then, as I think as part of just a normal attack, I can get within range. It's all kind of in the same area,
Mm-hmm.
and just keep trying to smack him down.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's fighting. It's going to be up to remarkable because of the column shift. There we go. And that's just going to be a basic punch. I can describe it as, sort of since he's using that sword block fancy stuff, I'm going to make an uppercut, get him from low and smash up, trying to, foil his little trick there.
Okay. And what's the damage on that with your strength?
It's going to be incredible, so I guess 40.
Okay.
And so with a green result for multi-action, I have one extra action, right?
Correct.
I will save that. Well, I can use it at any point, right? I can go out of sequence.
No, it has to roll back around to your initiative.
Okay, because
for a defensive action, you could
sort of try to protect Flux.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly take a defensive stance. If you don't use the defense, then you can make another attack.
Then that is what I will do. I'm ready to stop him from hoiting the lady.
Okay. All right, so that then brings us back to the top of the initiative, same round. Flux does not have an extra action. Darkwing does. So I almost said Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
So you do have an extra action, so you may take that now.
You can. Is it possible to do a called shot to his arm? Because that's the only weapon I see, right? The hand with all the tools in it.
That's correct, yes.
I'm going to attempt to remove that hand by chopping him directly in the elbow.
Okay. For a called shot, you just have to get a yellow.
Okay. I'm going to spend karma. And fighting, let's do some monstrous, and I spent karma. All right, so it comes in yellow.
Okay, good. Yeah. And you can just spend 10, or if you want to take it to red, you certainly can. Now, red with a sharp object is a kill result.
Why did you emphasize that? Yeah, I'll take it to red.
Okay. All right. So that on the monstrous table, you'll need to get it up to an 86. So 11 points for you.
What?
11 points of karma. Oh, I'm sorry. You got a 55. Sorry, I thought that I looked at that wrong. But 81 is what you've got to get it to get red. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so let's see here. He doesn't have a dodge, so he's going to have to take that. So we're going to roll endurance for him because you got a kill result. His endurance is excellent. It's a white. All right, so you come down with the bastard sword. You chop right at the elbow, and just chop the elbow right off, and just are sprayed in Quentin Tarantino style with the blood coming out of his arm. And he falls to his knee and is grabbing at the arm in an attempt to try to staunch the flow, but to no avail. And he's not looking too hot, I'll tell you that right now.
That's good. That's what we're going for.
Okay.
I don't want to kill anybody.
Mr. Arcane, no extra actions. Bombshell, did you?
No.
Okay. Bombshell, did you have extras?
Negative.
Okay. So human tank.
Well, I actually use my second action to, taunt him a second time, or punch him a second time. Another yellow.
All right. And another 40 points, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no chance of a slam or anything with a yellow result?
Oh, yeah, thanks for that. So that's just a blunt attack. Yeah, possible slam there for you. Yep. And his endurance is remarkable. Oh, 69. Look at this. I'm rolling great tonight.
Wow.
On these guys.
Wait, that's two.
Does that mean?
Two
Does that mean we're
69?
Does that mean we're screwed?
No, not at all.
That's not how that works.
Doesn't count for the bad guys. Okay, so no slam. It kind of sends him back though, just a little bit from you, but still, within punching range for you next round. Yeah, so you've done a little bit of damage there. Now, human tank and flux and bombshell and darkwing. I'm gonna have you guys roll an intuition for me, please, and just tell me what you got.
Definitely not one of my better ones. So yeah. Ooh,
red,
green.
Okay.
I am slow.
You didn't want me to roll, right?
Yes, bombshell. Yes, please.
Green.
I mean, okay.
Okay, yeah, you got a green too. So everybody, those of you that are close enough to what's happening, that's why I had you roll this.
Mhm.
Each of you hear footsteps quickly approaching from the hallways behind each of you. And you are suddenly alerted to a presence at both sides of the chamber. One up to the north and one down to the south. What you see here are these two individuals. From down south, you see a woman dressed in a very skimpy latex outfit, all black, with kind of short cropped black hair. Oh, did I pull that up? Sorry,
Yep.
did that? Okay.
Yep.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then up north, you see the epitome of what Hitler himself would consider to be the Aryan race, dressed head to toe in the colors of the German flag, and a perfect blonde-haired, blue-eyed, muscular man dressed in this very flashy German-inspired costume.
How many of them are there?
And as they enter the room, the gentleman says, "Your resistance dogs. You have come to meet your deaths." And we're going to add them to the initiative.
God knows who these two are.
You can ask your firebug friend how that worked out. If you have a little dustpan and a broom, you can sweep them up with.
Perhaps
There's
a seance.
And there's that. Oh, they didn't do so good.
Very dramatic, but
Yeah.
not so effective.
All right, so we're back at the top of the initiative, back to Darkwing once more.
Okay.
Darkwing.
Oh, sorry, hold on one second. Flux.
Thank you. First things first.
I'm
Rolling for
realistic.
multiple actions. I can't karma this, right?
So you can. I did.
Yeah.
Multiple
I'm-
actions, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I will
You can karma
karma. I
anything.
will karma this,
Okay.
and I needed to.
Oof.
Oh boy, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Oh,
Excellent table, so you got to get that up to a 41.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. And that'll get you an extra action.
Okay. Now, Sean knows what just walked in the door to the south. However, Sean also knows that the tank's misplaced chivalry won't let me say, "You go take care of her." So I'm just going to try to pull the plasma gun and see if I can get lucky
Okay.
from where I'm at.
So pulling a Indiana Jones then.
Nice.
Focusing on Warrior Woman because the human tank will insist on taking Kariji, blah, 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 blah.
Boys will be boys.
Indeed. I will karma this as well because
Okay.
I don't want to miss. And I needed to do that too.
Probably not nearly. Not nearly.
Excellent. That you need a 41 there.
Yep. So only 9 more.
Okay.
So zap 40 points.
All right. Remarkable. Okay, and then I think that's going to be an agility feat. One good. Okay. All right. You see her, you whip around, point the gun at her, and she just begins to move as though to try to dodge, but you hit her dead center in the chest. She's not able to get out of the way.
Well, that's a
in
big
time.
enough target.
It is.
oh, it's terrible. Oh, so bad.
All right. And it kind of blasts her back into the hallway a step.
They're okay. They're not that big.
And you see her look down at where you just shot her, and then she looks up and she goes,
She makes a roof noise.
Yeah, like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Darkwing.
It's good, dangerous.
My guy, yes. My guy is spraying blood everywhere. There's nothing particularly out of the ordinary about his blood. I know you showed his face and he looked like a gosh darn
There's a lot of it.
zombie.
Okay, now, yes, there is something a little abnormal about that. It's a darker red than what you're used to, and it smells rotten
Oh,
and slightly of formaldehyde.
oh.
Okay. And what's going on with, I believe he's Blitzkrieg is right there next to Bombshell.
Correct. And then up north of you, the new entry into the room is Masterman up top.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the fighting roll for extra actions, and I'm going to go ahead and spend karma.
Okay.
So it's incredible, and you didn't go through. Go through.
Ooh, 3. Incredible. We got to get that up to a 31.
Okay. So it's what, 28?
28.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll give me the extra action, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this first action, I'm going to take a. Put this in my calculator. So it's 28. So the first action I'm going to do is wheel around and take a big swipe at Blitzkrieg.
Okay.
Is he still on his feet? He's still in decent shape.
He's down on one knee, and he's definitely hurt, but yeah, he's still up and kicking.
If you get blood all over my outfit,
I'll
I
do
am going
my
to be
best not to.
very cross with you.
I feel like as long as you open up the vein in a very careful and delicate way. So I'm going to do a cold shot to the neck.
Gently.
Behead it.
To behead? Okay. All right.
Gently. Oh my God. Oh my God. My karma.
So I just spent 28 karma.
Okay.
He's a zombie.
Now, so the
I
28.
hope he's a zombie. If I find out otherwise, I'm going to be
Hey,
dead.
thankfully, we're not in the karma pool yet. Thankfully.
Yeah.
All right, so your 28 karma was for the extra action. Now you need to roll for the attack.
You guys don't know about karma pools, huh? You guys don't know that, huh?
I do.
Okay.
I don't. I seem to have.
All right.
I'm also not sure if the lose all karma for killing thing applies during wartime.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
he said it was.
I have
it was
adjusted
genocide.
rules. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The
I figure if they're Nazis, it probably doesn't count, especially if they're
Yeah.
zombie Nazis.
hell is
Zombie
that?
Nazi.
Do you still see me in the
Yeah, I can still see you. Are you having difficulties?
Yeah, my page seems to have left me.
Uh-oh. Okay.
It looks like I'm signing in again, but then it has me grayed out.
I've had this problem before with
Yeah.
this particular virtual tabletop. It can be persnickety sometimes.
Yeah, they can.
Do you mind rolling for me real quick?
Sure. I'm gonna do what I did before and pull you back out onto the map and see if that helps. So I'm gonna bring you back out here.
11.
Oh, here I go. All right, so you didn't roll yet.
No, I did not. Mm-mm.
I got it. The sword roll is monstrous, and I'm spending karma.
Oh my God, you got a 1.
That's a lot
Okay.
of karma.
Sadly, on a 1's a 1.
Okay.
And so just spend your 10, and it's a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Wait a minute, where did we go here? Oh yeah, I gotta give you your thing back here again. Let me get you back on the combat table. Mr. Arcane, you can go ahead and tell me what you're doing here. I'm gonna get him back.
Okay, so This guy is missing a limb and probably rapidly cooling.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, Darkwing, is attacking. And she just took a blast. So I'm going to move a little bit up. And, well, I don't know his name's Master Man, but I'm going to target him and say, you're responsible for what happened to those people. And then I'll uh, um, target him with an Eldritch Bolt.
He says, "Yeah, and I will do it again and again. You are my next."
Not while we breathe. And then hopefully I'll use Karma because I don't want to. Okay. You know what? I'll bump that up to a yellow.
Okay. And Eldritch Blast there, right?
Yeah, Eldritch Bolt. Yep. On him. Yep.
All right. And let's see here.
And so that's a yellow on. So it's a. Well, I didn't call a bullseye, but it's a bullseye.
Okay. I'm going to roll for extra actions. And then I'm going to roll for a dodge.
49. Let's see. So I need a
Ooh.
61.
No dodge. You got him.
So I spend 59. I'll spend 12. Okay. And it's incredible. It's incredible, I guess, energy.
Yeah, mystical energy. So
yeah,
that's going to react differently to him. So let's put it there. You see him again. He tries to move just to get out of the way. You catch him with it, and it spins him around like a top. And he comes down to one knee and looks up, and he's a bit surprised at how much that hurt. Now, I don't know why his... Oh, I see. Okay.
8, 7, 7, 6.
There we go. All right. Okay. Kariki goes next. I don't think he's going to stand around and wait anymore like he was. He's going to roll extra actions for himself. And that's going to be on the monstrous column. Oh, Karigi.
Oh. So you're rolling on monstrous before, and I'm like, oh, this guy's a badass, and he's going to be a problem. I mean, not so much.
It is still a problem. 3 column shifts down is still pretty stout.
He now springs up in the direction of the human tank, lifts the katana up over his head, and is now he's jumping high enough to where he's up above the human tank's head, and he's coming straight down in an attempt to try to cut you right between the neck and the shoulder blade.
And I can't abort to dodge like champions.
You certainly can attempt to dodge, yeah.
Well, I'll see. I am convinced that his sword is just going to snap on my armor. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
All right.
Until he actually hurts you, I can't see you being scared of it.
Yeah.
His pig sticker.
Yeah, come on, guy, with your little sword. That's
cute. He misses his mark with his -3 column shifts
Ping!
to his attack.
Hey,
and
with the broadside of a tank, huh?
Yeah. And just as you assumed, he comes down with the sword and it snaps in two.
Oh no.
I kind of crack my knuckles, which is pretty impressive when they're made of iron.
Bombshell.
Okay. She's well, now Darkwing is got this guy, and he's whipping that big sharp thing around, and I don't know.
That's what she said.
I don't know if I want to be around, considering that other guy is spurting blood everywhere. So I will. Yeah, I'll run up here and occupy this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for multiple attacks.
Okay.
And hopefully not be bad at it. Oh, nice.
Hey, there you are.
Nice.
And you're on the incredible column, so that will actually net you 3 with a roll.
Alrighty. Cool. So,
3 total.
Bombshells into
Sorry, not
multiples.
3 extra.
Yeah. So then I will, I ran up there, so I will do kind of like a leaping kick on that.
Okay.
I guess that can count as a charge, right?
It could, yes. And
That would only be on the remarkable, right? Or does it get column shifts for distance or something?
no column shifts for the actual attack, but
Just
it
the
will get
damage.
column shifts for the damage.
Right. Okay.
So that'll be a +1 for you.
All right,
Actually,
let me
no, I
roll.
think you would be +2. That's 2 areas.
Okay. So let me
Beam Slayer, I'll be
roll
right
to
back.
hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll on remarkable to hit. Okay.
Okay.
Just hits.
He does have another action, so I think he's going to try to roll out of the way on that.
Okay.
Not promising anything because he's got good.
Oh,
there we go.
man.
All right.
These guys are rolling terrible.
So remarkable +2 column shifts takes you up to amazing. So that's 50 points.
Minus whatever his
Mm-hmm.
armor is, because clearly he expects to be somewhat resilient.
All right. All right. And you were doing a kick with that, right?
Yeah,
All right.
like
so
a flying kick.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that is not enough to actually send him
in high
backwards.
heels.
Right.
I will have you know.
So you kick
Be a
him,
+1 to damage myself.
and it does throw him back just a little bit, but not a full slam there.
Okay.
And he falls back into the hallway just behind him, just right on his ass. And again, he looks up in surprise and now just rage.
Yeah, and she's just got her hands on her hips and just absolutely flaunting those colors. It's like, oh, you can wear flag colors. I can wear flag colors too.
And I'm going to, for now, kind of skip Warrior Woman because she's going to be targeting Flux because she's got her eye on her right now, and until Sean comes back, I'm going to wait on that. So Blitzkrieg then would be next in line. And he puts his arm out towards Darkwing and like puts his fist up like this, points it up, and then out from the bottom of his wrist, there you see there's a little bit of a holster there. It shoots something your way. It looks like a mini harpoon.
Ooh, no.
Harpoons.
So I had the second action, so
Mhm.
now I use that to dodge.
Yeah, but let me roll first. Don't blow that because he just might miss. So we'll see. Yep, he missed, and it goes right over your shoulder.
Well, these fellas, oof, the dice
They
are
have a
not
rough
loving the krauts.
Sean, since you're back, Warrior Woman is going to make her action, and she gets up and begins to run in your general direction, and she's going to just hit you with her shoulder in an attempt to slam you. God dang, and she got a white. So she just barrels past, and I'm gonna roll one more time, and I'm gonna do agility here to see if it saves Karigi from getting plastered.
Please.
She's got a good.
Can I leapfrog her?
Look
Can
at
I
that.
leapfrog her?
Sure, yeah. Woohoo!
Help.
All right, so she hits Karigi with that,
Oh no!
which does another 40 more damage to poor old Karigi. And I think that just may do it.
With all the invade, I've read a lot of Invaders comics in my youth.
Uh-huh.
That's about par for the course for Warrior Woman.
And you hear bones crack when she hits Karigi. She hits him dead in the chest, and he goes flying back in this direction and scoots along the ground back behind Blitzkrieg and finally comes to rest up against the wall on the far side of the chamber. And then human tank.
So the warrior woman just punched out the guy I've been fighting.
Yeah.
Did it look deliberate?
No, certainly by accident.
Okay, so I don't think she's an ally.
Right.
On the other hand, well,
now will I hit a woman?
At least you don't look like a nun. I'll take my chances on multiple actions here.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend karma. Let's see if that was a wise decision or not.
Hey, there you go.
So close to a red. So yellow gives me what, 2 extra actions?
Yeah, that's 2 for you.
Well, my first is going to be the, slammer. Just another straight up punch. Air, go see to your friend, I say as I wham her in the hopes of knocking her back some.
Okay. All right, she's got.
Now, my strength is incredible, so that's where the damage is coming from. My fighting is remarkable with my martial arts.
And that is a possible slam there for that one. All right. So it's going to do 20 points of damage there to her. Oop.
I assume she has armor then, because normally I would do 40.
Yep. That's right. Yep.
That's fine. Just wanted to make sure we got the math right there.
And we're going to do endurance, incredible. Yellow. Okay, so no slam. She took that punch like a champ. And she first was surprised that she missed, and she sees her companion go flying down the hallway, so her attention is directly on him. You kind of sideswipe her on the side of the face, which sends her over to the side, and then she looks around and just like blood in one eye and takes a good stare at you because you're her next target. And then we go back to the top of initiative for extra actions. And I forget.
Yes, Flex. I have one.
Okay. All right.
Can I shoot her that close?
Oh yeah, sure. Point blank range, baby. You get a +1 column shift.
Karma. Because she's so focused on him.
Mm-hmm. All right. 75, you want to take it to a red?
You're damn right I do.
And that was 40 points on that as well, right?
And I when I fire, I snicker and go, Pride of the Reich.
Oh my God, okay. She rolled a white on her endurance. So
could be a kill.
She looks with rage in her eyes at the human tank, and Flux just puts the gun right up against her temple and just and she goes
dodge this.
And she falls at your feet.
And I smile at the tank and go, teamwork.
Darkwing, I think you have at least 1 extra action, right? If not 2.
Yes. I have 1.
Okay.
So Blitzkrieg is down on his knees.
Mm-hmm.
Could I, with my 1 action, grab him and attempt to yank him over me and throw him at
Zunmulder?
Zamulder.
Yep. Right. You sure can. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's still fighting, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Fighting +1 for martial arts?
Yeah, and I think that actually really falls more under martial arts C. Do you have C?
Let me martial arts C. Nope. I got B and E.
Okay, all right, so just straight fighting then.
Just straight fighting. Get off my screen, you. Bam.
All right, you got a yellow. Good. 89. You did not call karma, correct?
No.
Okay. All right, so you grab hold and then just do a flip and throw him over top of you into Zanmoder. That'll do strength damage,
Okay.
which is what? Excellent?
Excellent. Yes.
Okay. All right, so you have flipped him, and he is now laying on his back on top of Zanmoder, who is still spurting blood out of his stump. And we go to Mr. Arcane. Does not have any extras, correct?
No, sir. No.
Bombshell, you got any more?
Yep.
Okay.
I got 2 more coming to me.
All right, go for it.
She's just gonna, because she's, I don't know, she just has this moment where she's like, I don't know, I have to do something. So she starts singing a Star-Spangled Banner. And she's just like, oh, say, can you see? And she runs up and goes to knee him in the face because he is on his butt.
All right.
That's kind of like saying the Lord's Prayer in front of a demon. It might actually cause pain.
Right? Exactly.
Now, if
Master
you are
Man's gonna get his ass kicked by a girl.
if this one is a called shot, and in this case, I would suggest it to be because his face is not armored. So if you do that, you're not going to hit any armor. Just get a yellow, and then you'll make purchase.
All right, I'm going to spend karma on this because reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's great. Okay, so this is a regular fighting, so that's on incredible. Okay, 44.
And let's see here. That to get it to yellow would be a 61.
Okay, so 20, like 16.
And your strength is excellent, correct?
17. Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's going to do 20 points there.
So 17 karma.
All right. So you pop him with your knee in the face. And then that sends him flat back. So he's completely prone at this point. His nose just spurts with blood.
Oh, say, can you see? No, you can't.
Human Tank, do you still have one action or no?
I have 2.
All right, go for it.
Since it looks like Warrior Woman is down for the count, I am going to do a charge at Blitzkrieg, slam maneuver.
You're gonna Blitzkrieg the Blitzkrieg?
Exactly.
Now he's prone as well, so I kind of now envision you just running and jumping and sitting on him.
Oh, I was actually thinking more of Charlie Brown in the football.
Oh, okay, all right.
Either that or you're flying elbow.
Let's just hope you don't get Lucied.
Let's find out. In order to avoid a Lucy after that move, I am committing some karma to this. Now, you said that I get a column shift for running two areas.
Yep.
So
well, but not for the actual attack. It's to the damage.
Okay. So my base fighting is excellent. My martial arts gets up to remarkable.
Oh, yeah, but this is a charge.
Endurance.
If you're doing it as a charge, it's endurance.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And do I get a column shift or is it raw incredible?
Nope. Yeah, just incredible.
I am committing to karma.
All right, so you got a
if
green
I spend
there.
10, I'm going to spend the minimum. Will that kick it up to a yellow?
Let's see here. On incredible.
66 on incredible, yep.
61 on incredible. So yes. Yep. That'll do it.
So I now have a yellow on my attack.
Okay. That'll be a potential slam.
my damage will normally be incredible, and you
Mhm.
say it column shifts up.
Yep, 2 column shifts.
Oh wow, that is then monstrous damage.
All right. That good armor is probably not going to do very well in this particular
Only
instance.
a little bit.
Reminds
Did you
me
get a
of the-
slam result on a prone person?
I'm kicking him.
Okay,
Oops.
so
Oh, okay, yeah.
you run over and just kick him in the side,
Yeah,
and
straight through the end zone, which I hope is
he
actually a football term because I really don't know.
Obviously, you don't play for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
the wall behind him is filled with all of these bones and skulls and so forth, and they just explode, and he disappears into the wall, leaving a bloody smear behind him.
Oh.
Well,
Okay, so then that will roll back up. Flux, you still have one more?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Darkwing, you've got one more?
No.
Okay. Then that then brings us back to Bombshell, who does have one more.
yep.
Well, hello, Rocket.
He's prone right in front of me.
Yep.
Still singing. She raises up her hands in front of him, and like lightning starts coming up her arms and illuminates her eyes, and she just rains lightning down onto him.
All right.
Do I get a +1 column shift for point blank on a ranged attack? Is that a thing? Or is that only with guns?
I really haven't really addressed that, but I think here's what I would say. If you want point blank on this, you raise your arms up and then kneel and grab his head.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That works. I'm not sure how you're going to miss that one. Now, I say that, but here I go rolling.
Now, instead of agility on that, since you are making physical contact, you can use fighting if you so
Okay.
choose, if that's better
Okay.
for you.
I think they're the same, except I don't think martial arts is going to apply to this.
Well, you got Sarate, so I would allow it. Yeah, you can take +1 on that.
All right. So yeah, that'll be incredible.
Okay.
Alrighty. So roll incredible.
Ooh, 4. Okay.
Ooh, yep.
So you got to get that up to a 36.
All right. So 32 points. Damn.
All right. He's spending a little karma, but you succeed in grabbing his head and just, and you see his eyes just roll back in their head,
Okay.
and he is out. So you've got him stunned,
Cool.
and also at 0 health points, but. We're calling karma, and I don't, as the GM, I don't have to call karma in advance, but I'm going to announce it just for sake of doing it. So,
Okay.
but he got a green anyway, so he at least is not dying.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want him to die.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have checked on him anyway.
Yeah.
Because
So-
he could be a really good prisoner.
At this point, the room kind of falls silent as the battle subsides, and you've got several individuals bleeding out right now. If you want to help them,
Yeah.
walk up and say, "You're okay."
Hey, buddy, you okay?
Yeah.
And
I will shift back to human form and basically grab the nearest one who's bleeding out, tie a tourniquet around his throat, and say, "You ain't getting out of this that easy, buddy."
I don't think that'll work. Well, I mean, it'll work, but
So you now have several unconscious Nazi super soldiers at your feet.
well, for the ones that we can, I'll disarm or we'll disarm.
Mhm.
I want to see
Although
if
I don't know many of them had obvious weapons, did they?
Not too many, but the 3, well, one of them you can't save because he blew up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
does this fella have papers on him?
Yeah, if you do a little bit of search, which one are you looking at? You're looking at
Masterman.
Masterman? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You kind of poke around just a little bit. You pull out what seem to be a roll of papers that are tucked into a pouch on his side, and open them up, and you see the map
Mm,
of the Catacombs de Paris in there. Actually, a series of maps.
okay.
Out of
And
character question.
mhm.
Yes, sir.
How intelligence famous are Masterman and Warrior Woman? Like they were all over the World War II comics
Yeah,
back
and
in the
you
day.
certainly would recognize these two. Their reputation certainly precedes them. They are as popular in Germany as Captain America is in the States.
So once we saw those two, shit just got interesting.
Mhm.
Basically,
Mhm.
it's like if they sent these agents, there's definitely something
Oh, is this a big deal?
going on.
They
Yeah, these are like their best, which tells you a lot about them. But
This is their best?
Mhm.
so I heard.
It's more than that.
Yes, we know. But Masterman is basically Germany's Captain America in terms
So
of
they're
what we
high
know.
valued targets that if we could
Mm.
get them back to the States, the boys in the labs might be able to figure out how to make more of them for our side.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would be hoping our boys don't act the same way Zemo does, but certainly they could go and have a nice talk with somebody who's got a rubber hose and a hot light and get some info out of them.
I assume our companions join us now that the
Yes,
battle's over.
yeah, they're in there. Yeah, and you heard little bits of gunfire coming from the hallway as well as they were
Yeah, they were
trying to
busy.
assist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but I
so
think
she will
Peggy in
call out
particular will
to
be glad to get a couple of these guys.
Jacques. Who was it? Was it Jacques that his family was the
Yes.
ones with the maps?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She'll call out, "Oh, Jacques."
And he comes over to you and takes a look. Oh, mon Dieu, you found them. These are very precious to me and to my family, but certainly just as precious to you in your quest to find what it is that you are looking for. Please, please give them to me.
Yes, of course.
And he starts to shuffle through and kind of lays them out on the floor in front of him, and he kind of starts tracing a pattern a little bit. Yes, indeed. I believe the areas that we are looking for is in the direction in which these folks were heading. I hope that we are not too late and they have not retrieved the item themselves.
well, that's a good question. Let me check, right, and make sure they don't have anything with them hidden or so he'll
Yeah,
cast.
and patting them down. I'll kind of fast forward this for you. They definitely don't have that on
No
them.
idea.
It's a good thing that I did that for you, wasn't it?
Wow.
They don't have the statue on
Okay.
them.
Okay.
And as you guys are kind of searching and so forth, Masterman starts to kind of come to, and he looks around and he sees, that you are in the process of kind of gathering all of his companions together and whatnot. And he says, "Fools, this victory is fleeting. The Nazi regime will stand tall and proud. You may have won this day, but we already have retrieved Le Marchand's box." And Warrior Woman, who is now also just barely coming to from that shot to the head, says, "Shut up, you fool. You and your braggart mouth. Don't you realize you are giving them what they want?"
That's
And I
okay.
think that that's probably a good place to stop.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was the comic book fight. We have been building up to. That's definitely the 2-page spread. Jack Kirby cover art, the works.
Right on.
Right down to the known character, because Masterman was always the idiot, and it's the woman that was the brains of that duo.
I got to
Bummer.
break his nose. I feel good about it.
All right, so karma points for this one. For most of you, it's going to be 230.
Okay.
Matthew, I'm sorry, buddy, but
Okay.
for you, it's a straight 200.
Okay.
You said 230?
Yep. Oh, hold on a second. No, wait a minute. I take that back. Matthew, you get it all. Even though you scored the several kill results, these guys helped you out by saving the people that you almost killed. So you get the 230. It's actually bombshell because you were the one that blew up the dude at the end of the hallway.
Oh no!
So
Well, I
just,
wasn't going for a kill.
oh man, it was a side effect. Whoever it was that said, "Does he blow up?" You can blame them.
But that was an accident.
Bombshell? I think you mean Punisher. Man.
Oh.
All right,
That's
so
Wait,
just
what?
200 then?
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
We're 6 issues in and we're getting a gritty reboot.
Well, you know, he had a flamethrower, and I feel like it was the right thing to do. So
He murdered
And they
a
did
whole
murder a
bunch
bunch of people.
innocent people. Yeah.
and as always, Nazis.
I can't have him lighting Peggy on fire. Her
Yeah.
hair is fabulous. Like, you know what that would do to her hair? Okay. So I think we discussed this previously.
hmm
I think I need 420 karma to advance my reason to the next tier.
Yeah, I think that would be about right for you. Yeah.
I need a lot more of that to get my strength up.
You know what? I'm not gonna do that yet because that would leave me pretty light on karma.
hmm
So I will just throw 100 into advancement for now
Okay.
to put 300 in there,
hmm
and that'll leave me with 198 karma to hang on to in case of emergencies and whatnot.
Okay. Well,
But-
there you go.
Getting close. I could do it, but I'd only have 78 karma to walk around with.
Yeah, probably good.
Which is way more than she would normally have, but still we're getting into a lot of heavy combats.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, we're one step closer,
Mhm.
and we'll reconvene here in 2 weeks and see if we can find the Amulet of Pazuzu.
I am
And
looking forward
don't
to-
forget, he mentioned Lamarchand's box.
Yeah.
So
Looks like the crowds have it already, so that
Yeah.
means we got to go to
We
Germany
got to
probably.
find it.
yeah. All right, gang. Thank
Alrighty.
you so much.
Thank
Good
you
game
for
tonight.
an excellent
All right.
game.
Thanks again.
All right.
Yep.
Have a good
Very
night.
fun.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye bye.